Welcome to Overtime. This is OD and
Aaron.
today we got a lot of different topics. This will be a two-part episode. As we post it to your wall and you see it, just kind of make sure you see both part one and part two. Got a lot of things to discuss today. First off, we want to get where we were right and where we were wrong, because we always seem to be wrong about something when it comes to sports. LSU and Bama. We discussed this game last week. Boy, what a boring game. Very boring.
I don't know if I'd say it's boring. It wasn't the most exciting game, but defensively, it was a good game.
Defensive. But we want offense. Do we not want offense?
Speak for yourself. I like watching defensive games.
Well, I guess
they're not as exciting.
Well, we differ there, because I would like to see a couple touchdowns, not just all field goal. But I will say, LSU's defense smoking. I was just so impressed by it. I got that pick right. Well,
I wasn't as right.
Or wrong for that
matter. I don't
matter.
want to say I was wrong, but it happens.
If you like defensive struggle, it was an awesome game. Like I said, would have liked to see a little bit of offense. I didn't start watching it until the end of the third. I'm honest, but so next up on the list, we picked the Ravens at Steelers. We both picked the Steelers. We were wrong. I thought being in a revenge game that they would just go in there. They're at home, had the crowd. They would handle the Ravens. Flacco, I dissed him, talked bad about him. End of the game, he showed up, threw the game-winning touchdown to a rookie wide receiver. Yada, yada, yada. We were wrong.
But I'm still going to talk crap about Joe Flacco. Yeah. Just for the record. It was one game. Yeah, it was fine, but he's been in the league like 4 years now. It's one game.
It's a different league, though. It's a different league. You know, he didn't get to sit. He had to jump right in there and play. So this is around the time, your boy Aaron Rodgers didn't remember 4 years. Then he jumped in there.
But he's lighting up the league.
Well,
winning Super Bowls.
And here's the thing: I'm not saying that Rodgers and Flacco are comparison. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's a different league. Guys are coming in and they're starting off the top. You got guys like Sanchez. They've been starting and going to AFC Championships games. So, guys are starting off the back. I was a little bit impressed with the last drive from Flacco. I still don't think he's a top 15, but it looked good. Looked good enough to possibly win a Super Bowl. That's what I say to that.
Seems lofty, but
I'm not going for him. Just saying, look good enough.
He might be able to do it, but there are other quarterbacks out there like Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Having great seasons as a rookie. Cam Newton.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, Flacco being in the league so long, I feel like he should be better by
now. But we all know
it was a good game, but I'd like to see more.
We all know once the tape gets out, tape has to get out. It takes a while. Once tape gets out, things will lock up, and guys won't have such great seasons that they're having. Just remember that. Tape gets out, such and such played them this way, such and such played them this way, and dang, they're locked up, they have a bad game. All right, next here on the list of things, lockout talk. Lockout talk. I really don't have much to say. It's just millionaires versus billionaires. The latest proposal, they're saying they're trying to get a 72-game season that starts on December 15th. Yada, yada, this and that. A 51-49 split towards the player. It's just been crazy talk. I'm hearing the likes of everybody's favorite. We're in the Chicagoland. Michael Jordan being one of the guys that wants the players to get 47%. So, you got all these different talks. We don't know when it's going to start. All I know is college basketball season has started this week. So that's all I care about. I don't even know if I care about the NBA until March or April. After the championship game, I don't even care about the NBA.
Okay, well, let me just say this. Owners, NBA players, get it together. I want to watch an entire NBA season. Obviously not going to happen, but I'm not a huge college basketball fan, and I really would like to at least see Derrick Rose play this season.
got to watch.
Can you get it together just so I can do that, please?
You gotta watch college basketball.
You gotta watch NBA. How can you say you just watch at the end?
I do watch NBA.
At the end of the season.
My team is always in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. Let's put my dirty laundry out with my team. We got put out in the first round by AFC last year. So I guess it doesn't even matter what the seeding is because in the NBA you can be put out. It doesn't matter. When we won in '99, when the last shortened season, I believe the Knicks were an 8 seed too. I believe I'm correct on that. The Knicks were an 8 seed too, and they got to the finals against us. So I don't think it matters what seed. As long as you get in the playoff, you can do whatever in the NBA.
What difference do the playoffs make if you're a fan who watches the entire season? I don't understand how you can say that you're a Spurs fan,
games,
but you don't watch them all season.
I watch my games and I know my scores and I know to keep up with my team, but I'm not watching every game.
Watch them on TV, go to games, whatever.
And then another thing, my Spurs aren't on TV as much because everybody calls them boring. So, I mean, I watch it when they come on. No, I never think my Spurs are boring. And people say they were born when we were winning championships, which wasn't that long ago, I might add.
Well, I just think I would like to see some basketball this season, so I'm going to need them to get it together. Stop being greedy, both sides. Try and meet somewhere in the middle, because right now they're both just being stubborn.
Millionaires versus
meet somewhere in the middle and give us some friggin' basketball.
I mean,
I'm not going to watch hockey.
Let's talk about that everyday guy that goes there and he's the usher at the arena. What about that guy? What about those guys at the sports bar who are close to the arenas? They're missing all their money. What about those guys? Those people are losing out because they have in their business plan and their budget, okay, I'll work this when the season starts, this and that, and now what? What are they doing? They're sitting at home. Why all these NBA players, I'm crying, this and that, I only make $100,000 a year? Yeah. Stop crying about that. Get this together. And owners, I'm losing a couple million a year when you're worth billions, dude. Get over it. Move
Cry me
on.
a river, no one cares.
Yes, no, exactly. You guys, your couple million you're losing, that's nothing compared to what these people are losing. They're losing their houses and stuff because they're not working at the arenas or wherever they do that's related to the NBA. You know, this is just unacceptable. We have no season. Like I said, I'm not a big all the time watcher, but I still think it should always go on. I mean, just the lockout just gets on my nerves. I don't even understand the whole lockout. Just dumb. Millionaires versus billionaires.
It's sickening.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just sickening to me.
Disgusting. On. Very, very serious note here. Everybody knows, even if you're not, if you're watching this show and you're watching it because you know one of us or something like that, you might not be a big sports fan, but you're just supporting us. But if you just watching the news, you know about this Penn State scandal. This thing is overly aggressive. It's off the top. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on. You got this story and that story. It's just sickening how it all went down. I believe the grand jury reports out. You can look it up on Google. I have yet to read it. I really don't want to read it because I've heard about the reaction of it, and I got enough information. I just don't want to get into that. For anybody that has kids, it's just a disgusting matter. But I just thought we should touch on it. Any thoughts so far with that?
I mean, I kind of just want to echo what you said. It's terrible and disgusting. I did read the grand jury report, and it was sickening. Like, it literally made me sick to my stomach reading it. It was just terrible, and I don't know. The fact that this went on for so long and no one did anything, like, really, I mean, Sandusky was still there. He was still at the facility. He was still bringing kids around, and no one did anything.
Has like a charity fund, or it's. I mean, what do you think about Paterno being fired? Because I'm justifiable with it. I mean, first off, he's been there longer than what he really should. And these people have put Paterno as a guide on that campus, and you can't put the man over a program. You can't do that. It just always leaves bad. I believe he did the legal thing, but morally he did the wrong thing. He didn't follow up. If I hear about that type of stuff, I'm like, hey, what happened? What's going on? And things don't happen going? Is there's going to be consequences to what's going on? You know, what's going to happen to this guy? You know, and why would I have him around the facility? Why would I have? I mean, because if you think about it, when the first story broke, they believes in '98 or something. That kid's 10. So now, if you technically look at the age of that kid's now in college now. So that could be a kid on campus right now. You know, that time has passed. Man, we got to figure out what was going on. Like, you know, Paterno justifiably should have been fired.
I agree. I mean, I think they had to fire him, and I didn't really appreciate when he came out and said he was going to retire at the end of the season.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at that point, really, is it really his choice?
Yeah.
No. Give up some control. It's not up to you. You didn't earn enough respect in this situation to have control over that. And I think the school did what they had to do, and they fired him. Right, I don't think there's any other.
I don't want to say his guy's name wrong. I don't think it matters. Anybody cares about the Mike McQuarrie. That guy. I want to punch him in the face. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean there's no way that I don't care if it was the Pope. I don't care if it was Obama himself. If I walk and see something like that, there's no way I'm just walking out and I'm stopping this. Like Colin said, I'm pulling an alarm or whatever. They said, oh, he was a 28-year-old grad student. 28 is a grown man. I don't care.
Have you seen him too? It's not like he's like a tiny little thing. Like he'd be scared.
Yeah, he could.
He's a big guy.
He
like,
goes,
man up and
he's my mentor, and you know he's well respected. I don't care who you are. Some things you just don't think about. If you see a kid being sodomized, you just stop that. I mean, you don't even
shouldn't
think.
Be thought.
Yeah, it should just be like rushing and knocking that guy out or something. I mean, there's no way. I'm sorry. He said he told what? Did you stop it? That was the question.
No, and then he left the building and then went home and talked to his dad or whatever. Who told him?
Are you kidding me? 28.
Oh my god.
28 years old. Look, he's older than what I am now, and I'm just letting you know.
I'm 26. There wouldn't be a phone call.
Nah, not even.
It wouldn't even.
It would have been a phone call after I whooped his behind. That's when the phone call would have happened. You know, getting that kid up out of there. Don't tell me you just. Oh, whoop the dude just walked up in there and saw it and go, oh, okay, that's not right. I'm just going to go home and tell somebody. No, you stop that. You don't.
And I'll say this too. How, according to the grand jury report, there's no indication whatsoever that anyone even tried to find out who the kid was. They let that happen that night, right? Or that day, whatever. He goes home, talks to his dad, but never even, tried to find out who the kid was.
Just shameful.
Seriously.
That kid's a grown up now, and you know, hopefully he comes out, and you know we get him some help because now he's mentally messed up for the rest of his life. I'm sorry, you know I hear about these things and these people, you know they always wind up. It always becomes an issue later on in life, and you know I just feel sorry for that kid's family. You know, we all send prayers out to that family and all of the other kids that's going through that. Another issue with that whole situation is the students rioting. I mean, just stupidity on these kids' behalf. They don't really understand the values. You know, like I was hearing, they're kids. You know, I'm not much older than them, but I do have a child of my own, and I understand. There's man things and there's kid things, and to be riding over this situation because Paterno got fired for something he should have justifiably been fired for, those kids had no idea, you know, that was real life. That's not college. That was real life. That's something that had to be done, and just for them to act a fool, I just feel sorry for the whole university because there's a lot of people that are not involved in that crap that happened the other day. So, what do you think about that one?
I mean, I guess I wasn't necessarily surprised people were rioting, just because people have ridiculous reactions to lots of things. True. But, I mean, in that situation, if you read that grand jury report, I just don't understand how you could be out in the streets rioting for him getting fired. Just
too much information just to be, I don't know, it's just too much information just to be sitting there just, oh, well, let's talk about Paterno. He was a great guy. Hey, he made a mistake that was costly, that's mentally going to mess a lot of people up. It's a bad situation. He should have, looked forward a little bit, try to figure out what was going on with this situation. I don't want to say his name too much because I just can't. Just the name right now is just bad to say. But the Sandusky guy, he's a true American monster now. You know, when you look at killers and people felonies, I just feel like that he's up there. It's just disgusting, the whole situation, and then to still be working around kids on the everyday life and just lives a double life like that. It's just matters that I really don't want to even discuss further. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, what else can we really say? He's disgusting.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, if and when he does go to prison, have a good time.